Hello Cancer, my name is Megan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like and comment on this video if it just so happens to resonate with you. My readings are for sun, moon, and rising signs. Today we're going to go ahead and take a peek at the person that is on your mind currently. Let's get into it, Cancer. What is happening? Ace of Wands reversed. You could be in a very negative energy right now due to somebody that was definitely less than their higher selves, I'll say. This was somebody that was, I'm getting strongly for many of you, this is somebody from your past. This is somebody who is just really kind of like a false person, right? They may come off like they're all this and all that, but in reality, this is somebody who is like depressed, selfish. They tend to be alone. They don't tend to take action towards anything. I'm not really getting that this is your energy, Cancer. I'm strong. It could be, though. The roles can always be reversed. But what I'm strongly getting is it's like there was some sort of rejection here from either a past person or a new person. We'll find out in just a moment. But it looks to me like you were dealing with somebody who really, truly only cared about themselves. And it's very, very difficult to carry on a relationship with somebody who's selfish, right? Somebody who, this person could have like, you know how like when we get rejected, a lot of times we try to have a soft landing for people because it hurts to hurt people too, right? This is somebody who doesn't really care about that. This is somebody who could have been, you know, brutally honest or brutal about the fact that the things that they were saying. I don't know. If this is resonating out there, let me know. Very strange message coming across. You're dealing with somebody who deals primarily with like a lot of, I'll say depression, but it's more of a lack of spiritual awareness, is what I'm seeing. This person gets in a low vibration very, very easily. They tend to overindulge, in things that are not healthy. Not healthy at all. I feel like with the Empress card reversed there, you could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus. However, this person was not treating you the way you deserve. I feel like you feel this, right? You don't just know this, you feel it, and you don't like the way it feels. Cancer, you're great at sort of feeling out situations. You're extremely intuitive. You're a water sign. You're all about those emotions and the feelings, right? So when you're dealing with somebody who's making you feel off kilter, it can be really tough. I am seeing new love coming in for you though. You could be seeing the angel number 10 or 1010. This connection is not in your physical realm yet for many of you, is what I'm getting with the Three of Wands reverse that I just saw. The World card reverse. The universe is strongly calling for you to heal from this past person who was very greedy, selfish, shitty. Let's just be honest. They were shitty. They made you feel shitty too. They made you feel shitty. They were shitty. This new person's going to be very passionate about you. And like I was just talking about, right? Cancer has feelings. You guys are so good at feeling. This new person is going to make you feel amazing. It's going to be a complete 180 from this past situation. This new person could be in your orbit, although like I said, for many of you, I'm getting not quite yet because the universe is waiting for you to close out the cycle from the past. Now, I am getting that you got sick of this cycle from the past, right? This person who's selfish, loves to overindulge. This person could have been very materialistic, but not shared. Like, it's just not somebody who is consequentially like good enough for you, right? And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with this person. They need to go do their own spiritual healing is what I'm seeing, because I feel like you have just had enough of pondering like how they're feeling, if they're ever going to change. That's a big thing for you guys. Is some of you were waiting for this person to change, and I know I've been there, right? It's so easy to see potential in people. This past person is very much somebody that you saw a lot of potential in, but they've let you down time and time again. And I'm getting like not just financially, but like emotionally, right? They're incapable of showing you those emotions that you're really wanting, but you have something new headed your way. We'll pull on that in just a minute. The universe wants you to learn some sort of lesson from this past person with the World card reversed there. And that lesson could be to take charge of your own life, right? We have the page wands reversed. Try to plan a little bit more, sort of where you're headed, especially when it comes to these pentacles. If your career's been heavily on your mind lately, some of you are dealing with a Sagittarius. I feel like the more you focus on sort of what you're passionate about, that could definitely be where you meet this new person. It's something that could take off very fast, is what I'm getting, if it hasn't already. But there is still a lesson here to be learned from the past. It looks like the past cycle, whatever that was, there's some sort of lesson here within that. And Cancer, I always kind of give the advice whenever I'm seeing a situation like this. No matter what this person did, whether they hurt you, whether they backstabbed you, you know, just try and forget about whatever it was that this person did, and try and really focus inward, right? Even if it was no fault of your own, try and look inward. Ask yourself, you know, what could I have done better? Why did this past connection come into my life? Because every connection, every person we meet, we have a contract with. On the other side, we just don't know this. We don't ever meet anybody by accident, ever. And I'm strongly getting with the World card reversed here that you were meant to learn something from this past person. And even if that lesson was to learn, just to walk away. But whatever it is here, the universe is really calling on you to heal from the past situation and really look inward. Do your own healing, do your own transmutation of energy. And what that is we take all of the negative energy from a breakup, from a job loss, from anything negative in life, can always be transmuted into positivity. A great way to transmute negative energy, a great example I always love to use is music. Right, Taylor Swift, I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan, don't hate me. I have been since like 2012 though, so I'm an oldie. Anyways, it's very much the energy of you have to heal your heart from the past. But yes, transmuting the energy of the past, right? Taylor Swift does an excellent job of this. She gets hurt in a relationship. She writes a song about it and then puts that song out into the world that then in turn helps other people heal, right? Even if she's not your cup of tea, we could use any artist, right? Eminem, anyone anybody. Those artists, what they do, especially the ones that write their own music and it's coming from their personal experiences, that is transmuting negative energy into something tangible here in this 3D physical world that they can release into the world and therefore helping other people. Now I'm not saying that your thing has to be music, although Cancers are very, very musically gifted. Pisces and Cancers, shout out to Taurus and Libras for music, but definitely Cancers, I've always noticed, anyone that has heavy Cancer placements, very creative. Speaking of Taylor Swift, she has a Cancer moon. So Cancers can be very musically inclined. I've definitely noticed that over the course of my life doing this. So maybe your passion is music. Maybe this is a message out there for somebody to really jump headfirst into your musical career. But for the majority of you out there, it can be anything. It can be anything. Whatever that thing is that you're passionate about. You know, I come across people sometimes who ask me, well, I don't know what my passion is. How do I figure it out? I always try and tell them, think back to your childhood. What were you obsessed with? What made you light up? And even if it's something like dinosaurs, awesome, research dinosaurs. You know, it doesn't always have to be, and then teach other people about it. It doesn't always have to be something that brings us money that can be a perk of jumping into our passion, but it can be anything that we jump into. We kind of transmute it, we get involved in it, we learn about it, and then we share it with others. That would be a form of energy transmutation. And that is the best way to learn the lessons that, not only learn the lessons that the universe wants us to learn, it's actually the best way to sort of come out of the World card reverse there. It's the best way to transmute the energy. Anyways, that was a little bit of a tangent, wasn't it? Let's get into how does this past person feel about Cancer at the deepest level now? Currently, in the current energies. How does this past person feel about Cancer? Yeah, they know that they're kind of incapable of having something. calm and steady with you. I am getting that there's not communication for many of you. This is no communication with the past person right now. But they want communication. They're sick of relying on their intuition when it comes to this. More, what's going on with the past person? How does the past person feel about Cancer at the deepest level? Yeah, okay. Wow. Can't make this up. These were what I was just asking. This is what we laid out before, right? You are dealing with somebody who is not their best selves, at least not at this time within their lives. They're very low vibrational. This is somebody who is low vibrational, somebody who overindulges in things that most people, you know, kind of treat themselves to every once in a while. This is somebody who could have had a food addiction, maybe a sex addiction, or any other kinds of addictions. They love to overindulge. And ultimately, when we do that and we have a lack of self-control and we're not working towards our passions, we're just sort of indulging. It creates a sense of self-confidence not being where it really should be, right? It creates a sense of, like I said, low vibration with the Sun card reversed there. This person has a habit of getting stuck in cycles. They have a really hard time not sort of giving into the temptations of being greedy, of being selfish, of being all about themselves. These are two cards that are telling me that this person's very depressed right now. And when we're not giving back to the world using the gifts that God has given us, we do tend to get depressed. Now, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I've been through a lot in my life. I'll do like some regular videos here that aren't necessarily tarot related. I know a lot of you in the comments have been asking what my birthday is, things like that. So maybe I'll do one on that, like just personal experiences and stuff like that. But this person is ultimately, they lower their own vibration, right? This is somebody who's very depressed right now. And it's because they're not following their passions in life. Now, Cancer, what I'm getting for you is it's up to you to sort of ask yourself, do you want to repeat the cycle with this person? Because right now there is no communication, or if there is, it's very, very spotty. It's very light. It's very like hit or miss here or there. I'm not seeing like an offer being made. I'm just sort of seeing this person being in a low vibration, being depressed. I'm getting for some of you, you could be worried about this person, concerned about this person, but the universe is calling on you here to understand it's good to care, but also understand when we need to let people learn their lessons. And I don't mean that in a harsh way. I just mean understand when we sort of need to step back and say, there's nothing else I can do here. Because Cancer, you are the number of home and family, right? You care about your friends, you care about your family. If this person is very depressed right now, you could be very worried about them, but the universe is calling on you to ask yourself, what did you learn from this person being in your life? What has this person given you that you can be thankful for in your life? What has this person done to set you on a new path or give you new ideas? And I know that can be really difficult when we're dealing with somebody who's throwing us off of our emotional balance. That can be very difficult. And ultimately, what I like to say when I see that maybe a cycle hasn't been completely closed out yet is I can sit here all day and tell you, don't repeat the cycle, don't repeat the cycle, right? A leopard spots never change, don't repeat the cycle. But even in my own life, if people were to tell me, get away from that guy, get away, why are you dating that guy? I had to learn the lesson on my own. So it doesn't even don't even, if you're still thinking about this past person, if your energy is still directed towards them, there's even a slight bit of you that's like, man, I really wish that would have worked out. What if I go back into their lives and I help them? And if that's kind of the thought train that you're on right now, my advice is do it. Try, talk to this past person, see if anything's changed, because the best way that we can learn the lesson from the universe sometimes is to repeat the cycle, right? I was dating a guy one time who we were in a toxic cycle. This is a long time ago before I got extremely spiritual, but I I remember, everyone around me saying, what are you doing? And it didn't matter, because when you're in it, it's different. When you're in it, it's very different. It's a lot harder. It's easy on the outside. It's much harder on the inside when you're going through these things, because our emotions are involved and our human brain ego is involved, right? It's very, very important that we listen to our intuition, because it's so easy for our ego brain to try and figure everything out. Well, I can help this past person. I can do this, I can do that. And then we build an outcome in our mind. It's very important to let the universe just kind of let things run its course sometimes. That's a message out there for somebody. But regarding this past person, the universe is really testing you. Have you learned the lesson about this cycle yet? And if not, it's okay. It's okay. You can always try again with a past person. It's just the likelihood of people changing for another person is very low. We can always, I'm not saying that this person hasn't changed. I'm not seeing that in the cards whatsoever. I'm more seeing a very low vibration, but no action being taken towards changing that anytime soon. So the universe is calling on you, Cancer, to ask yourself, have you seen enough from this past person in this vibration to say, you know what? They're codependent on me for their happiness. I'm going to move on and see what else is out there. And a lot of times the universe requires us, I hate this part, I hate it too. The universe a lot of times will require us to close out something from the past before it ushers in the new. Because the person the universe has picked out for you, or the next soul contract coming in, is something very, very beautiful. And if your energy is still glued to this past person's energy, it's going to lower the vibration of this new connection that the universe is sending your way. Tell me about this new person. How's Cancer going to meet this new person? Tower card. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Okay. It's going to come in. This is something that you've manifested. It's going to come in like a bolt of lightning. You're going to meet this person, or if you've already met this person, it's like, this is somebody who could have a lot of options. They could be extremely attractive. You could be dealing with an earth sign or a water sign, but this is something that you're currently manifesting, or at least the moment you decide to close out this cycle, this is something that's going to manifest into your 3D reality. Do be a little bit careful of the new person. I'm seeing a bit player-ish energy, but I feel like you're really attracted to that. But with the 10 of Pentacles here, you could potentially be the one, Cancer, that's why the Tower card's here. I feel like when this person sees you or talks to you, it's like their heart. That's the energy that I'm getting. Like they cannot wait for this to move forward. But again, the universe is asking you to close out something from your past before all of this beautiful energy starts to come your way. Yeah, this person's going to have a lot of feelings for you. This person's definitely going to love the emotionality that you're able to bring within the connection. They're going to absolutely love that. Some of you out there are very creative. They're going to love this about you as well. So the advice here is really try your best to close out the cycle from the past. And remember, there's a lot of codependency energy here with the past person. And that's never healthy, because we're always whole on our own first before the universe gifts us love. Right? We always have to be whole, complete, all on our own. It's the hardest thing ever. Dolores Cannon said it best. The whole reason that souls come to Earth at this time is we are here to manipulate energy. We are here to learn how to get out of low vibrational states, do the inner work. That's what we're here for, and this person's just completely stuck from the past. So, have you seen enough from the past person? If not, that's totally fine. But whenever you're ready to move on, the universe has something very, very, very special for you in store. How will Cancer know that this new person is the new person? They're going to make you like an offer. You're going to know. You'll know. They'll make it known. You're going to know. And the Queen of Wands, yeah, you'll know. They're not going to keep it a secret. Because they actually see themselves settling down with you, even if they have been more of a player. I feel like this new person is somebody that's been single for quite some time, or been playing the field until they find that special one. But when they see you, that's exactly the feeling they're gonna get. But like I said, it just requires us to close out old cycles a lot of times first. That is what I have for you, Cancer. Hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys next time.